The college football experience Southern Miss Golden Eagles 2022 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is presented by WynnBET. Bet $100 at WynnBET and get $100 free bet. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBET. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today. We're also brought to you by IP Vanish. Yes. IP Vanish is the official VPN of SGPN, and they're offering 70% off if you go to ipvanish.com/SGP. That's ipvanish.com/SGP. We're also brought to you by SGPN Discord. Yes, make sure to check out our new Discord server. It is the perfect place to interact and sweat out bets with the entire SGPN crew. So just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord.
Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience. Southern Miss Golden Eagles 2022 season preview episode. My name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I smoke and I drink and I don't have stress and I'm healthy.
Oh man, I'm a big Southern Miss guy. All right, I new addition to the Sun Belt has me super excited.
Great addition.
Yes, great addition. Right on brand. I am joined by my co-host, the Sun Belt Fun Belt God himself. Give it up for the rooftop IPA drinking, brew making, tobacco road living, the free lock giving, former Herndon Basketball League MVP. Give it up for NC Nick in the place to be.
There we go. What's going on, man?
The Eagles are flying high. So last year was a little.
They've been flying low lately, but they're looking at changing that potentially this year. What do you think?
I mean, I like the Will Hall hiring. I know last year he had to get creative. I think there was like a game where Frank Gore Jr. was playing quarterback. I feel like
more than one.
Yeah,
several.
Lot of fun there. But this is I mean, let me just plug in this. Let me just where's my Dundee music? Where the hell is my? This is the Southern Miss Golden Eagles. As my Southern Miss fans, my friends that are Southern Miss fans, they say we are the original Boise State. If you go back to the days of Jeff Bauer, if you go back to the 80s when they had Brett Favre and Michael Jackson, shout out to Chris Berman. Look, I mean, this is a really rich program. They made what? I think 16 winning seasons in 17 years at one point. They had wins at Alabama. They had wins at Nebraska. I mean, in their heyday, I'm talking about. Not just they won when they were down. No, I'm talking about go back and do your history, folks, on Southern Miss football. This program was beating a lot of Power 5 teams and saying fuck you to them. And they hit a rough patch, I would say. But I do think the Conference USA hurt their identity.
Yeah.
I think the Sun Belt helps their identity.
Sure.
And I like the Will Hall. I know 3-9 UC, but look at what he did at West Georgia. Look what he did at West Alabama. Now I know those are D2, but I think the guy can coach, and he is a Willie Fritz guy. You know, I'm a Willie Fritz guy, so I'm optimistic. You?
Yeah, I think so. And let's go back a second and talk about some of the history of Southern Miss, because you mentioned Jeff Bauer. He was the head coach there for 18 years. His last 14 seasons there were all winning seasons, 14 in a row. And It's funny because there's been 14 seasons since he has departed. He technically resigned, but it sounded like it wasn't entirely voluntary. I think he was kind of forced out by the AD at the time. So since then, there's been 14 seasons since, and there's been 5 head coaches in those 14 years. And look, I mean, Larry Fedora did a pretty nice job there. He was there 4 years, all 4 winning seasons, capped off by a 12-2 record, which kind of propelled him to that UNC gig. But, sometimes when you hire, the hot shot new coach, he may use that job as a stepping stone like Fedora did. And then Ellis Johnson, just there 1 year, went 0-12 in 2012. Our guy, Todd Monken, he was there for 3 seasons, only 1 winning season in those 3. And then it jumped over to Jay Hobson, who was there for 5 seasons and was solid. I mean, all 4 of his first seasons that were winning seasons, barely 7-6, 6-5 records. And then he was let go after just 1 game in 2020. So I say all that because Jeff Bauer was a great coach and he should have never been shown the door. But I do think Will Hull is a good hire. I think he has the program. They were very unlucky last season. Dude, 10 different guys got snaps at quarterback last year.
That's wild.
10 different guys. That's insane. They had walk-ons. They had running backs, receivers. They were using anybody they could. So a lot of bad luck last year. A lot of guys returning this year. All signs are pointing towards winning more than just 3 games last year.
When you look back, man, I'm looking at a schedule from 1991. I think it is. They beat number 13 Alabama 27-24. They lost to Georgia 18-17. That first off, they would be crazy. They would play. They used to be independent, so they would play. They lost at Mississippi State 13-10. They beat Louisville. They lose at Virginia Tech 20-16. They beat Auburn 13-12. I mean, they were fucking fearless. And if you go year by year during this stretch, I mean, they beat Auburn again the next year. They have wins against Pitt. They have wins against Virginia Tech. I mean, they actually were the real deal. I mean, they beat Alabama twice. I mean, that's wild, man. I mean, you go one by
not
LSU.
Quite the same Alabama as currently under Nick
but
Saban,
dude,
but still very impressive.
I mean, they were still a really good Alabama team.
Was that like Gene Stallings years?
Yes, yeah. That's what I'm saying. They won the national championship the next year. Alabama did, just to give you an idea. But I mean, winning at LSU, they were. I see the comparison. People say we're the original Boise State. I said, you know what? Yeah, you were. And hopefully we can get back there.
And one quick other little tidbit before we jump into the specifics. Only 2 conferences in FBS football had an increase of attendance recently, as far as the last couple of years, the Big Ten and the Sun Belt. And with Southern Miss entering the Sun Belt, they already have the 3rd highest average attendance per game. App State's 1. I forget who 2 is off the top of my head. But Southern Miss is 3rd. So you get Hattiesburg rocking. You get a good team in there, and that place is very dangerous for opposing teams.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. When I saw that they signed or they moved to the Sun Belt, I was like, this is perfect. I'm an East Carolina guy. I think East Carolina needs to consider that because I think they fit the blueprint. Southern Miss is kind of like East Carolina in my opinion. Yeah. And same with I could see Sunbelt also going for Liberty. I think those schools all kind of have these passionate fan bases in the middle of nowhere that are awesome for the sport. They are the epitome of what we love in college football and why we love and why we prefer college football to pro. But let's hop into it. Will Hall, year 2. Sam Gregg's the OC. Sam Gregg's got he's got some work cut out for him. All right, because 122nd in scoring offense this season ago, 109th in rush offense, 125th in pass offense, 127th in total offense. There was only 130 FBS teams last year, so this is the 3rd worst offense in America. The good news is you get 9 starters back on offense. All right, 4 of 5 back on the O line, led by right guard John Bolding. Frank Gore Jr. back for a sophomore season. They also have Antavious Willis, who is a name to keep an eye on. And they it depends on how you look at this. They're kind of breaking in a new quarterback. I mean, there's a guy they have multiple guys that got starts.
I mentioned 10 last year, and they have
Yeah.
at least 3 returning. Sounds like it might be Ty Keys.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too.
Okay.
But
Also, Trey Lowe, and then also a former walk-on, Jake Lange. They all got starts last year. So they have, I mean, and part of that, look, there's 9 games where the Golden Eagles didn't hit 20 points. So obviously you're not going to have a very good record if you can't get above 20, but a lot of that was due to the crazy amount of injuries with the quarterback position.
well, they also got 1 of 3 wideouts back, and that's Jason Brownlee.
But that dude caught 46 balls for 643 yards and 8 touchdowns last year with all that mess at quarterback. That guy can play.
I want to say, God, I wish I had this nugget. I remember watching them last year, and there was some stat about when they dropped back, they would pass to him like 27% of the time. It was something unbelievable, but I mean, that guy's a stud. And they brought in the top JUCO wide receiver in the nation, Latrell Jones, and also another JUCO in Jakarius Caston. They are also breaking in a new tight end. I'm seeing it penciled in as Cole Cavello. Who knows? Camp is here, but I mean, the offense has their work cut out for them. But I think there's some talent there. Defensively, Austin Armstrong, good first year. 80th in scoring defense, 72nd in rush defense, 24th in pass defense, charting at the 42nd best defense in the nation. Implementing a brand new defense. I mean, I'm impressed for 1 year in, and they were on the field the whole game. You know what I mean? Like, he's got a little bit of his work cut out for him because he's replacing the entire defensive line, but they bring back their entire linebacking core, led by Hayes Maples. They also bring back 4 of 5 in the secondary, led by Malik Shorts. Their kicker and punter are back. Why am I optimistic on the Golden Eagles, Etsy Nick?
Well, nine returning starters on offense, 7 on defense. That in terms of returning production, 7th most in the country, and they have a quarterback this year. Apparently, hopefully, hopefully they'll stay healthy. So I think there's lots of reasons to be optimistic. Even last year, they won the last 2 games. Even let's look at the last 3 games. They lost at UTSA, who was undefeated at the time, by 10. Then they won at Louisiana Tech by 16, and then they beat FIU, who was a dumpster fire last year, by 20. So at one point they were 1-9, and they finished the year strong. And they have a lot of people coming back, and they hit the transfer portal hard too. Wait till you get to that.
Oh, I'm very excited to get to that. So
it's easy to see a tide turn.
All right, we're going to talk transfer portal. We're going to talk how the future of Southern Miss football will look in the Sun Belt. We're going to talk about what Las Vegas expects from the Golden Eagles in 2022, and then we're going to go game by game on the schedule and talk about what we project here on the College Football Experience. Remember, folks, subscribe on YouTube. You can watch this thing, or subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts at, and also remember, subscribe to the College Basketball Experience. We love some Southern Miss basketball. All right, back to the days of Clarence Weatherspoon. All right, check us out. We talk college hoops year round over there. We talk college football year round over here, and we're all together on YouTube. So subscribe to the College Experience. But first, I got to get us paid here, folks. So I want to tell you that Southern Miss Golden Eagles 2022 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is presented by WinBet. Bet $100 at WinBet and get $100 free bet. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/winbet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bets today. We're also brought to you by IP Vanish. IP Vanish is the official VPN of SGPN, and they're offering 70% off if you go to ipvanish.com/SGP. That's ipvanish.com/SGP. We're also brought to you by SGPN Discord. Yes, make sure to check out the new Discord server, the perfect place to interact and sweat out bets with the entire SGPN crew. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. We're also brought to you by Odds Trader. Yes, Odds Trader is a place to compare odds from all the major sports books. You can also compare the different sign-up codes and promo codes from sportsbook to sportsbook to get the best deal for yourself. The app also provides statistics, key game stats, injury reports, projected day, projected game day weather, essentially, for bettors who make the most informed bets possible. It also has a bet tracker, so bettors can keep track of the records of all your games and your betting activity throughout the day. So go to oddstrader.com/Blue Wire. That's Odds Trader, the #1 site for all your game day bets. All right, we are back talking Southern Miss Golden Eagle football and the transfer portal. This is one reason to be, I think, optimistic about the future, including this season. So incoming, I'll start with, we're grading the transfer portal like we do with all these teams, all 131 teams that we're breaking down. We have a solo episode for each one. Like I said, subscribe to the College Football Experience. Look at me. I'm a used car salesman over here. Incoming cornerback Jay Hampton from Mississippi State. That's a nice get, right? Running back Tylen Knight from Ole Miss. Defensive lineman Jalen Williams from Arkansas. Offensive tackle Calvin McMillan from Mississippi State. Offensive lineman Bryce Ramsey from Ole Miss. Defensive end Aaron Odom from Mississippi State. Defensive lineman Armandus Cooley from Mississippi State. Shout out to Alan Cooley. Defensive lineman Quentin Bivens from Ole Miss. Safety Janari Dean from Mississippi State. They just like rated their own schools. Defensive end Jalil Clemens from Memphis. Linebacker Dalen Gill from Ole Miss. I mean, they really just went for all their schools essentially within, like, Memphis is close. It's really close to Mississippi. And they just loaded up. Now what they lost, I actually think they really won the portal, but let's get to what they lost. Right. Safety Nicario Harper. This was a big loss because he's good. He went to Louisville. Cornerback Kalen Leonard is in the portal. Offensive tackle Mekhi McLeod is in the portal. Kicker Tucker Barefoot. What a great name for a kicker.
Does he kick barefoot? He better.
Yeah, he should kick barefoot like Rick Carlos back in the day, or Rich Carlos. I don't remember what his name is, but he's in the portal. Cornerback Vincent Brown's in the portal. Wide receiver Daquan Bailey Brown in the portal. Defensive lineman Andrew Cole in the portal. Safety Michael Plass went to Jackson State, and Deion Sanders. Cornerback Frederick Smith in the portal. Cornerback Lamarck Davis in the portal. Wide receiver Antoine Robinson portal. Linebacker Zach Portlock portal. Tight end Narcus Driver to Grambling with Hugh Jackson. Cornerback Tyler Barnes portal. Wide receiver Chris Scruggs portal. I think they hit a home run on the portal. Personally, you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they lost a handful of guys, sure, but the talent they brought in, SEC talent, Memphis talent. I mean, and especially areas of need too, like D line, like offensive linemen, linebackers, you name it. So they loaded up with in-state talent or not too far away talent. I really like what they did. I don't know, when we've been doing all these previews, I think they're probably like a top 10 winningest teams of the portal this year.
I would agree. I mean, they're right there.
Somebody should list that. Doesn't 24/7?
Yeah, that? but they don't take into account what they lost, so I think it kind of jades it a little bit. But all right. Well, look, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see that graphic behind me of 5 wins.
I got a bone to pick too, because I saw, recently I saw that 4.5. And I was surprised to see the 5 there when you threw that up there, but let's get into it.
Yes. So I'm seeing 5 currently, and the over is at -140, the under at +120. So they're actually leaning towards 5.5 that I see.
And actually, and when I saw it at 4.5, I mean, different, the books might differ some. It was -130 on the over. So you had to pay some juice if you wanted to go over at 4.5. So it kind of makes sense.
Well, I mean, basically Vegas saying they think they can get to a bowl. This game is awesome. Saturday, September 3rd. I wish this was a weekday game. Liberty travels to MM Roberts Stadium in Hattiesburg. Oh man, you got Hugh Freeze back in the state of Mississippi.
You got Liberty, post Malik Willis, Brewer coming into town, the old Baylor quarterback. I'm not a huge fan of his, Charlie Brewer. Dude, I think Southern Miss might win this at home.
I do think they're a live dog.
Yeah,
I think agree. This is a. I mean, I think Liberty will be favored.
I think so. Just recent success, sure.
So, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. So Southern Miss wins.
There we go.
1-0, baby.
Perfect.
Then they head to Hard Rock Stadium, take on the Hurricane. This is a loss.
Yeah, they're not ready.
They're
yet.
there
They're
yet.
not ready for that yet.
But then the Northwestern State Demons come to town to Hattiesburg. I think that's a win.
Yeah, 2-1, easy.
I'm very curious. So Will Hall came from Willie Fritz. Well, week 4 they traveled to Yeoman Stadium in New Orleans, Louisiana, take on Willie Fritz and Michael Pratt. I'm gonna go Tulane.
I think so. It's a couple tough road games coming up here. Tulane, not a great season a year ago either, but I think especially at home, and they're just further along as a program. Got to go Green Wave here. That's
a fun game though. They get a bye week, and then they're at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Troy, Alabama, taking on the Trojans. I'm kind of high on Troy this year.
I think this could be a nice rivalry. I wonder how many times they've played in the past. I'm gonna look that up here, but you tell me about this game. What do you think?
Well, that's actually what I kind of like is someone's got to win these Sunbelt West games. Like I consider this a 50-50 game in a way. I mean, I guess I give a slight edge to Troy because they're home, but aside from Louisiana, I do think anyone's got a shot to make a bowl because someone has to win these games. Texas State, ULM, South Alabama, Arkansas State. Who the hell can win those games? I mean, they're all. It could be Southern Miss. It could be Arkansas State. It could be Texas State.
And they don't have much of a past, but they did play last year actually, and Troy won 21-9. But I think this could be a budding rivalry. It makes sense, Alabama school versus a Mississippi school. But and it's a huge game too, because I think both are trying to gain traction, trying to get back to where they used to be. I'm going to go with the home team again, though. I think Troy might be a hair better. So we both have them at 2-3.
2-3, and then they host the Arkansas State Red Wolves.
I think they can get that W.
I think they can get this.
Get back to 500.
So 3-3. Then they head to San Marcos, Texas. It's a pivotal year for Spavital in San Marcos, but I lean Southern Miss here, but I don't know, man. These games, this is a hard team to gauge.
Another, 50-50 game, I think. I guess Texas State's been a little bit better recently, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of thinking going with a team that I think is gonna have the better running attack and better defense. And that would probably be Southern Miss.
I'm going Southern Miss.
I mean, we had them losing their first 2 road trips. Let's have them win one.
4-3, baby. Then Thursday night, the Louisiana Raging Cajuns come into Hattiesburg. This game's fun. Upset watch because Thursday night this place will be rocking. I got to take Louisiana though.
Look, they're not going to beat Liberty and Louisiana at home. Let's have them drop this one. Raging Cajuns defending Sun Belt champion. They can take care of business, but I do expect a pretty close game.
So 4-4, and now the Georgia State Panthers come to town Saturday, November 5th. I want to take an upset so bad, but this is the new Sun Belt's awesome. I cannot wait to watch all these games. So
I mean, overall they miss App, which is a good thing, but they face Georgia State in the next game at Coastal, which I'd argue are the second and third best teams. Marshall might have something to say about that too. The Sun Belt East, obviously the better of the 2 divisions,
or Louisiana.
I was talking about the Sun Belt East. I was talking about who they get cross division.
I got you.
But I'm gonna say Georgia State wins.
I am too. Give me the Panthers to win that one, and then they go to Brooks Stadium, Conway, South Carolina. The funnest team in college football, taking on Big Bird Grayson McCall. I'm taking Coastal.
I think you got to. Look, Coastal's replacing a lot too, and Coastal struggled last year against real physical teams. I think Southern Miss might have that physical running offense. So, again, I expect a close game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but you got to go Chanticleers.
Home to South Alabama. Desmond Trotter, I think, penciled in as the starting quarterback. I think South Alabama is probably going to be a little bit better this year. This is a game, and Southern Miss against South Alabama. This could be a rivalry too. Yeah. I'm taking Southern Miss to win, but man, I think this is a fucking game. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel comfortable saying, hey, for sure. Yeah. Southern Miss has got this one. I think this is going to be like 21-21 in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
And
there's so much parity in the Sun Belt West. If you obviously Louisiana's on they're on a top notch, but other than that, I mean, it is wide open and every game is going to be important because they're all pretty much fairly equal. I'm going to go Southern Miss here. So, and that gets me to 5, which when I thought the over-under was 4.5, I liked the over a lot more because I have them at 5 and 6 right now with 1 game to go.
And they head to Malone Stadium, where the mailman will deliver on Saturdays. But man, Monroe, Louisiana, ULM, Terry Bowden overachieved in year 1. Now Rich Rodriguez gone at Jacksonville State, but all right, you talked me into it. Southern Miss 6-6 season.
I'm gonna go ULM
5 and 7.
5 and 7 season, which means I'm squarely on the number. So yeah,
you got to lean one way.
If I'm going one way, you know what? I respect the Southern Miss program. Give me the over. They're going to get it done somehow. They're going to get back to the glory days of Jeff Bauer in the 90s, and it'll start with just barely getting to a bowl this year.
Yes. And people coming at me saying, I think they don't realize I do take unders. People say that I'm taking overs. Just look in the Sun Belt. I'm on the under with Georgia Southern, the under with Georgia State, the under with Marshall. All right. I believe I took the over on, I'm also on the under, I think, on Arkansas State, and I'm on the over on Southern Miss, Louisiana, and App State. So there's a perfect example of you misjudging us here on the College Football Experience. But I'm on the over 6-6, and I think Will Hall. What's that?
Yeah, sorry to cut you off. For me, just in the Sun Belt West, I'm on the under with Troy. I'm on the under with South Alabama. The under with Arkansas State. So I think for me, it depends on the divisions or conference. Some conferences I'm favoring more overs. Some I'm favoring more unders. The ACC, I like a lot of unders. But go ahead, man. Finish it up.
Yeah. No. I agree. I mean, I can't wait to watch. I love that week 1 matchup. We're what, 30 days away from that thing. I can't wait, folks. Subscribe to the College Football Experience. I'm on the over, and I think Will Hall is the guy to bring back this program.
There we go. Let's do it.
Let's go. NC Nick's on the over as well. Subscribe to the College Football Experience on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcast at. Remember, check out the College Basketball Experience as well, and also the College Baseball Experience. Southern Miss picked. They're a damn good baseball team each and every year. So check us out. Me and Noah Beanick host the College Baseball Experience. I know, obviously, the past 2 champions, Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Maybe it's your turn next year. Maybe Southern Miss does it next year. Let's go. Also, check out the Sports Gambling Podcast. They're doing NFL. They're going through all 32 NFL teams. Solo podcast for each and every team. You're a New Orleans Saints fan, you got to get over there. You're an Atlanta Falcon fan, you got to get over there. You're a Tennessee Titan fan, check it out. All right, whoever your team is, they're covering it. Also, check out MLB Gambling Podcast. Maybe you're an Atlanta Braves fan. We're in the summer. I highly recommend that podcast. If you get if you go to the Discord channel, you'll be able to sweat out all these bets. It's absolutely fantastic. You can see all the stuff we're talking about each and every single day. It's a lot of fun. So check out the SGPN Discord channel, and also remember, folks, to give us a 5-star review on iTunes. If you do that, take a screenshot of your review. Find me on Twitter at DColbyD or the College Football Experience on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. And show us that screenshot, and we'll send you a College Football Experience t-shirt. All right, folks. NC Nick's on Twitter at NC_NICK. Give him a follow. Patty C's on Twitter at PattyC831. All right, let's have some fun. All right, this is the College Football Experience, Southern Miss style. You better start thinking about yours, and we out of here.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
What the fuck did I do wrong, Tom?
It's so hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name.
The car goes all the way to your house, and all you got to do is light beer?
Well, I don't get. They ring the head cold, but they're counting down.